Hello, rockers and Mercuryans. It's Rock Mercury here. Welcome to the Rock Mercury podcast. I got my juice. I'm gonna go ahead and take a nice little walk right now. I got my juice with some sea moss in here, some fresh veggies. Um, I don't know, like turmeric, ginger, apples, and some other goodies. Like very delicious juice. I'm gonna take a walk through the neighborhood. Today I'm gonna go show you guys the creek. This creek I really love out here. It's such a beautiful creek. So I'm high. Somebody in a Range Rover just, oh, I know who that was. I know exactly who that was. That was somebody who my mom manages. It's funny, that's one of my mom's. Okay, I apologize everyone. I know it cut out for a second because I still have my Wi-Fi on, but now we're back. Got my juice. I was just saying that one of my mom's employees just waved at me in her red Range Rover and how much I love this community because it's just such a vibe. Such a very safe, beautiful vibe. We're going to the creek today, a little bit different than usual. A little different, we're going, because I just wanted to show you guys this cute little creek area, and I'm hoping the train goes by while we're down here. So I want to show you guys how cute the train is when it comes through. But it might not, I'm not sure. It comes by pretty often. It's not annoying though, it's really beautiful. Like it's very meditational whenever the train comes. It's like a nice humming sound. Makes you feel like you're in Thomas the Train Land or something. Yeah, just a gorgeous, beautiful day. I'm so glad I got to see that woman, the woman just now. She's a sweet person. Like, she did a great job in this community. Oh my God, you guys. This drink is giving me all the gives. That sea moss, the ginger, the turmeric. I'm not a big fan of turmeric because Dr. Sebi was saying that it's like not that great for your liver or something, but it's I've been just drinking it because my sister puts it in her juices. Is there a way to make this a little tighter? All right. But yeah, so I love these big old trees, super tall trees out here. Reminds me of the red forest in Los Angeles or San Francisco, the redwood forest, but those trees are way thicker. Those trees are giant, but these are beautiful trees. I love having like the natural vibes here. Like you have homes, but you still have a livable forest kind of vibe. Fat Chick says, what's up? Hello, Fat Chicks. User says, how did you get the ginger and turmeric? Do you have a juicer? Yeah, my sister juices all of these. She juices it in her juicer. It's a really good extractor. Very complex. She has like 3 different ones of them. We're gonna buy some new ones actually. Like the ones we have right now are like $500, but the one she wants is like, I think it's like $1,000 or $2,000. So it's like even gets more juice out of it. Or I don't know what's the difference is. I can't imagine getting more juice because the pulp is pretty dry when she's finished with it. So I don't know what it does, but that's what she wants. I'm all here for it. User says, nice. I use powdered turmeric and I don't think it's giving like it's supposed to. You know, yeah, powdered things, like dehydrated things, I'm not really the biggest fan of. It depends. Like I like the powdered ginger sometimes. That can be kind of powerful, but I don't know. Like it's not like the best situation. Like when you have powdered, it's best to do your fresh herbs, fresh fruit, fresh vegetables. That's really the vibe. You get the most power out of it. Get the most power. I don't know what I really want to talk about today. I'm just really happy. I'm feeling like in a good space. Ooh, I did work on my music yesterday. I got all the tracks ready for one of my 10 songs from the new album Monarch of Rap. And it made me extremely excited. I was like, oh my gosh, like just hearing the instruments, even though it's not mixed or mastered yet. I just like made this the track part because what I like to do is I like to get the track instruments ready. Like kind of get what it's going to sound like on each track of each of the instruments that I want for that particular song. Then I do the vocals for it, and I carve the instruments around the vocals, and that's what makes it that signature rock Mercury kind of sound. Like I blend it, I morph it together, so it becomes like a unison song. Even though I do release the acapella, I release the instrumental, and I release the regular song. This is a little bit different. Look at this, you guys. Look at this creek. This creek is so gorgeous out here. This creek is just so beautiful. I'm gonna show you guys on the flip camera. Hold on one second, you guys. Behind me is the train. That's where the train goes, right behind me. So I'm gonna show you guys this. I love living over here, you guys. It's so gorgeous. Look at this beautiful creek. It's giving very much so Jurassic Park. Giving very much so. There's definitely alligators in here. There's definitely alligators in here for sure. But yeah, it's just so beautiful. Oh my God, I love it. This is where I live. Like I just walked out of my house and came here in like 5 minutes or less than that. Let's see. Flip camera. You know what? Let me show you guys another part. This is where the train goes. I hope the train comes today. If it does come, it'll be amazing to catch it on camera. I've been wanting to catch this train on camera, but it comes right back there. You see the tracks? The tracks are like right over there. You see where my finger is? That's where the tracks are. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous, you guys. So yeah, I'm just gonna sit here for a second and chill. I mean, as beautiful as this is, I kind of want to still walk to the lake, but I'm happy I got to show you guys the creek. I don't know if the train's gonna come right now. I don't really hear any train coming, but it comes pretty often. So if I stayed here, it will come. But you know, let's see. How did you tour? How did you find your music, or is this your first project? I have been making music since I was young, like since I was 13 or 14. Really explicit songs. I don't know why I was so explicit. I think because I like Janet Jackson and Michael Jackson and rap music and stuff. So I was always like making. My first song was called Satisfaction Guaranteed, and that's gonna be on this new album. I have a redone version of it. So it's like really very sexually fueled song. I'm like, how in the world was I like creating these explicit songs back then? But I have a new version of it that's even more explicit that's coming out on this album, because the first one, I can't use the track of it because the track was made by Beyonce's old producer, who I used to work with, and he owns the music to it. So I figured, let me just make a new track to it and put it out, because I wrote all the lyrics. So I own the lyrics. I've been writing forever, but I already have 100 songs out, or over 100 songs on streaming platforms right now. This one will be up there and adding to it. This will be 10 songs. Then it's called Monarch of Rap, and then I'm doing a B side of it, Monarch of Rap Retrograded. And that's gonna be like 30 songs. And then I'm starting all from fresh. I'm making a whole new sound that I don't even know what it's gonna sound like. I mean, it's probably gonna be based a little bit on how I produce now, but I'm just ready for something brand new. I want to be much more experimental. Like it may sound like Enya, it may sound like country music, it may sound like folk. Maybe I'll do a full-out country album. I have a new country song that I just wrote that I'm really loving. It's a really good song. I just don't know. It's not gonna be on this album because this album is a rap album, but I'm still working on it. I have the first verse, and I don't think I have any chorus for it. I have to write the chorus for this new song. But right now I'm just gonna focus on these 10 songs, put this album out, and then from there I'll go on. Someone said, "Oh, a butterfly, such a beautiful butterfly." I wish I could have caught that for you guys on camera. I love when butterflies are around. Let's see. I'm new here. Sorry if I should know that. No, you should know it. It's just, thank you for asking. Gives me an excuse to answer it. He said, wow, giving exploring adventures. I mean, shoot, this is just my front yard. Thankfully I have signal here thanks to AT&T. I just left Verizon after over almost 20 years. Loretta says, where are you? I'm in Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas, baby. User says, I'm here for it. Thank you. Chris G says, how's your day? My day's going gorgeously right now. I already have I had a breakfast. I kind of like a dinnerish breakfast. I had like mashed potatoes, Brussels sprouts, and Brussels sprouts, and like fried tofu. It was really good. Very, very tasty. So I just had that, and now I've been already up. Like I did like a course for a musical course, music production. It was really nice to do that. Now I'm just taking my walk, put the baby to sleep. I put the baby to sleep, and then my nephew is like 1 year old. I put him to sleep, and then I smelled him. I'm like, oh my God, you crapped yourself. Ah! So I have to take him out the crib again, change his diaper, because I can't let him like take a nap with crap on him. That's like so rude. And so I have to kind of take him out, change his diaper. But like when they're delirious, they start kicking and stuff, and I'm like, oh, it's so hard to change a baby's diaper when they're kicking and stuff. It's just like, but he was like just delirious. He wasn't like on purpose trying to kick, but just trying to sleep. So then I had to put him back to sleep because he woke up, of course, after changing the diaper. So that was a whole other process. But it's fine because I had my podcast on. I was listening to the Gary Vee podcast, and he was interviewing somebody who's like a professional videographer. And it was a very interesting podcast. Like it was just about like fueling your team, like making sure your team feels supported. They were talking about what was the main thing. I mean, there's a few things they talked about. I don't think about exactly what they said, but it was good. It was a really good situation. A really good podcast. I'm trying to think of exactly what he said. I don't know why I'm having a brain fart right now. I enjoyed it, but I'm trying to think of what the topic was today. But I feel like I digested it. For some reason, I'm having a blank. It'll come to me. But I really enjoyed the whole talk. The second podcast I listened to was a Wix podcast, WIX, which is my business partners. And they were talking about inclusivity and not being fake with inclusivity, like a lot of companies do. They're like, oh, we've been racist all these years. Let's make sure we hire somebody who's black, or we've been misogynistic, so let's hire more women right now. But they end up targeting people and not really looking for high quality candidates. I mean, it's fine, you can find high quality women, but it's like, don't just find a woman for woman's sake, or a black person for black person's sake. Make sure that they're like gonna contribute to your team. You do the actual work of making sure that it's gonna be a good fit for your whole team, your whole company. Quick question says, the official Xander says, quick question, what would you do with 10 grand cash? Oh my gosh. I would love 10 grand cash, especially now. What I would do with it now would be I would invest in my company, my Rock Mercury brand. I would use that money to finish building out my app that I'm releasing to you guys. The app is going to be able for you guys to be able to chat with each other on there. Keep in touch with like all my merchandise and things that are happening. Have notifications right from your phone. It's a cool app. It's gonna be connected to my website. So I would do that, and then I would also fund the production of my new album. I would put, I would do music videos with it, and just have a full production push out with it. That's what I would do with 10 grand. Because I want to do a music video, but I'm thinking, even with the camera I have right now, I could do a more simple music video, like a still frame kind of situation. I could even do it in sections. Like I have a really good camera, so I'm like, maybe I'll just do that and put it on Vivo. I don't really need to do a whole bunch of money for the rollout of this album. I think the more raw it is, it may even have a better reception to it, because the whole album itself, the production is going to be more raw. Like I'm producing it all myself, so I think I might just record it myself for that, but I would still utilize that to build out my brand, to build it out deeper and hire. I mean, honestly, with the 10 grand, I think I would just hire somebody new for my marketing company. I've been wanting to make a new hire, a new like executive administration, like I used to have, but I need like a new one that's like on point. So I would like hire that. But 10 grand doesn't really stretch as far as you would like it to, but it would be great. It'd be a great padding, because I feel like by the time I hire that person, like my company will make enough money so that it pays for their ongoing salary. Because I believe in paying your people very well. You know, I believe in like, if you're loyal to them, people have bills. People don't want to work for free. That's the one thing in the art world. People always think like, oh, artists can work for free and you can screw them over and they'll just be thankful for the opportunity. It's like, opportunity does not pay the bills. It's just true. Like, you can't just go like, oh, hey, light bill. You know, light bills are expensive out here. Like, electricity is very high because it's so hot here a lot of times. So you have to have the AC on all day. So your electricity bill can be like $300 a month or more. Some, like your big mansions are even more money than that. So I feel like with those kind of situations, like people need to get paid. Like artists need to get paid for their work. Artists make the world go round. And so I want to structure my company in a way to continue paying my artists top dollar. Like the way I work with my people. Oh, you know what? They were also talking about like contracting work, like having people that you don't hire, but like having them as contracting partners, so they feel that freedom of working with you. Like they're not stuck anywhere. They're collaborating on a project, and if they want to continue with more projects, they can. No pressure. You know, taking that pressure out and that ownership kind of feeling out of employment. Because I get that. Like, I don't want to be owned by anybody. Like, I love being a partner with Wix, but I don't really want to. Like, they've offered me to work with them, and I'm thankful, and they're still a great company, but I don't really want to be working for somebody. Like, I want my freedom. My freedom is like so valuable to me, especially because I own companies. I'm just thankful to have my freedom and be able to partner and do big things with large billion-dollar corporations. You know, I think that's the important thing. So, let's see. Morning Rock. Hello, Angel. Morning to you. He says, sorry, it's afternoon. Oh, it's afternoon for you? I think it's morning still here. I don't really know. I think maybe it is afternoon. I forget what time it is. Have you been on live long? Hopefully I didn't miss much. I've been on here for a little bit, not too long. Greek says, Rock, how many employees do you have, may I ask? I work with a lot of people. That's the thing, like I have a lot of contractors that I contact depending on what project we're working on and what they can be useful at. And I ask them like, what is the price that they want? You know, what is their quote for their work? I tell them exactly what the work scope is going to be. I don't add anything to it. If I do add something to it, I give them an extra tip to make sure that they, you know, feel appreciated. But I ask them what price they want to be paid, and if it fits within our budget, then they got it. I'm never going to ask them like, oh, you know, well, we only have this amount. Like, can you do it for less? No. If I can't give them their rate, then I'm going to say, hey, this project may not work out for you. This is our budget. We're going to reach out to you for our next project that does have a budget that fits what you're saying. You know, what you desire. You know, we will reach out to you when we have that. So there's no love lost. It's all good. And if they decide, they're like, okay, well, you know what? I'm down to lower my price for that, like I'm down to do it for that amount, that's up to them, and we'll say yes to that. But we're never gonna ask them to like lower their price. It's just not what we're gonna do. But I do have to. Oh my god, I see a walking stick. Oh my god, I see 2 walking sticks over here. I can't carry them though because I have this phone in my hands. Dang it. Oh well. Oh, they're such good sticks too. I love a good stick. Dang it, y'all. I would love to grab those. I might grab those on the way back. They're like little sticks too. Like a good hand size. If you need to protect yourself. But yeah, so that's how I do it. That's how I built my company. Cause that's what I would like. I don't want anybody to tell me like, will you do it for cheaper? Like, hey, how much are you willing? Because if we're able to find a way to adjust the budget to match exactly what they want, then heck yeah, like even if it's a little bit more than we would usually pay, if I feel like, okay, this is like a few $100 or like maybe even $1,000 more than I thought or something, whatever it's gonna be. If I can adjust it because I really want that artist or contractor to work with us, then I'll make it happen. I'll just adjust the whole project and figure out how to get them. But I don't want them to feel immediately disrespected by asking them to lower what they're worth. You know, like people know, like I respect that people have their quotes. When you go to the grocery store, you don't tell them like, okay, I know these eggs cost $4, but will you take $2? You know, because I just don't like my project. You know, the omelet budget that I have right now for this omelet, like it's just, I only have $2 for this omelet budgeted for the egg part. Everything else is 2 toppings and cheese. So if there's a way I can pay you $2, is that cool? Like immediately, the next time you need more eggs from the store, they feel disrespected already. They feel like you're gonna be coming at them with some disrespectful amount of thing, like just because you didn't budget right, now you want them to lower what they deserve, and that's problematic. I think that's very, very problematic, and it just doesn't create a good relationship with the person. Like nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to discount themselves. So I give them the option because I did think about, like, it sucks if somebody does want that job and they're willing to take less, but they don't know that they could take a little less and work. So I do let them know if it's way above it. It's like I'll let them know, like, hey, this is our budget for this at the moment. I would love to pay you that. For the next project, we got you. Like, I'll keep that in mind, that this is your rate, which also changes. So just because their rate is at today, their rate might be double tomorrow. And they have every right to feel that way. Like, they have every right to adjust their rate based on their demand or based on just them feeling like they're worth a different amount. You know, there's no, like, I respect that completely. I fully respect their right. Hold on, you guys. I'm going out to the lake right now. I fully respect their right to adjust their prices. So I'm never gonna assume like, hey, you did this for me at this price before. You designed this site for me. You know, produce this advertisement for me for $2,000 last time. So can I do that again this time? No. What's your rate today? What is it going to cost you to do this particular project? Here's what it's going to look like. Here's an example. What's it going to cost? What's the stipulations? Thank you, user. I'm a survivor sent me 10 roses. Thank you so much for the roses, you guys. I really appreciate it. So kind of you. Thank you to user. I'm a survivor. I'm at the lake. The gorgeous lake. Whew. I need to sit down for a second. My arms are tired from rocking a baby to sleep. Let me show you guys the beautiful view. Then I'm gonna answer some more questions as I show you the view. Okay, so let's see. So yeah, I have tons of them. So to answer that question, I work with like hundreds of people, depending on the project. So I try to get as many people work as I can. And I don't really put my profit above making sure my people are paid. Like, people will tell you, like, I make sure that they get paid before I get paid. Even if I lose, I'd rather make sure they get paid because I believe in longer term relationship. Greek says, "You're so nice, thank you." Oh, that's sweet. Thank you, Greek. Chayok says, hi, what songs have you done? You can go to rockmercury.com, click on songs, music, you'll see all the songs I've done. What did this say? Oh my god, what is stuck in the deep hole says, I got 7 female wives. That sounds very stressful. That sounds very stressful. I don't know how you do that or why you would do that, but that's you, I guess. Angel says, what are you drinking today? I'm drinking like a ginger, turmeric, apple, orange juice. Very tasty. My sister made it. Loving it. Angel says, I totally agree. Great point. Thank you for saying great point. Yeah, so it's just the way that I feel I would want to be treated. I'll go this way because I like to. Wait, the sun is kind of backwards that way, so I don't know which way to show you guys. I want to show you guys the lake, but yeah, maybe I have to do this way. But yeah, like that's just the way I like to work. That way I don't feel like people don't feel like, oh, they're owed something, that they know they're contractors, they know that we're working on one project, they know that there can be another project after, or there maybe not be one. Maybe there may not be another project for a while. You know, it depends on their specialty and what they want to do and if their availability. But we always have projects coming through, but it just depends on our relationship with them. So yeah, that's what I love, and I'm excited to keep growing this company out. I want to make it $1 billion corporation. That's the goal, so that I can keep on hiring artists and pay them properly, unlike some companies out there who don't pay their artists. But yeah, that's the goal. I want to switch my hands. Hold on, I go this way. Somebody's Che says, come through, son. Yeah, the sun is giving. Angel says, ginger, turmeric, nice. Yes. Che says, what be the best herb you live by? The best herb, sarsaparilla is really powerful, and that's a herb. Sarsaparilla tea, it could change your whole life. So I would choose that, sarsaparilla. I have videos where I drink it. You can go on my YouTube, or even on here. I have some on here, quite a few. So just scroll through and look for it. Sarsaparilla with the S. Yeah. But I wanted to talk about, what did I watch? I watched some more Candace Owens videos. I've been on a Candace Owens kick lately, and she was talking about her friendship with Kanye West. She's also talked about what she felt about Andrew Tate, who got banned, and how ridiculous it is to ban somebody off of their opinion, and how dangerous that is from a society that we just all accepted it and kind of praised him for getting banned because we felt like he was misogynistic for his opinion. And he wasn't. Like, even if he was misogynistic, there's no reason to be blocked or banned instead of debated. You know, people have different opinions, but like, we're really hitting very sticky ground where you can build up a platform, and the unloyalty is insane. And because they're all owned by private companies, they can't just block you and ban you. You can't have any legal repercussions, no legal recourse for getting silenced by these companies. You know, they get to do what they want to do. And I was surprised at what she said, because a lot of people felt like he was misogynistic for what he felt about women, Andrew Tate. But she felt like she'd rather just debate him, and that he felt like he was saying truths in a way that emotionally riled up people. Which is why people were okay with him being cut out. Like, he felt like he was almost manipulating people's emotions by just saying truths in a rude way instead of being soft about it, and, being more masculine, like letting more of his masculine energy show in a world that really tears down masculinity. That's what even Candace Owens says, who's a woman, a strong black woman. And I really feel, I told my sister this morning, as I watch more of Candace Owens, I really realize how much society demonizes black women. Black women in general, but like especially powerful, outspoken black women who have a strong opinion or a strong message to share. They get demonized at a level that is just so sickening, and we feel like it's just normal to tear down a black woman or a black man at times, but really these black women are just so unprotected. So unprotected. And I really have an issue with that. I have a serious issue with the unprotection of black women. Like, I feel like the fact that we just keep letting this happen, the fact that people think that Candace Owens is a race traitor somehow, that she hates herself. They call her a self-hating race traitor, and it's like, how do y'all, like, where are y'all getting this from? No facts, no anything. Just hearsay, just racism, really. Hold on, I'm gonna flip the camera so I can see this crane walking out there. Look at this beautiful crane. So gorgeous. Just walking through the lake. I guess the lake isn't really that deep because that crane is pretty far out there. And he's just walking as if it's nothing. He's just chilling. Chilling. Yeah, the lake must not be deep at all on this section. I'm sure it gets deeper when you go further out, but it seems pretty good. Alright, let's see. Flip the camera again. But yeah, so I find that's very interesting. Let's see. Che to the Y says, what does it do? About sarsaparilla. Sarsaparilla is a very iron-rich herb, so it helps to replenish the natural minerals of iron that we need in our bodies that we don't really get from the vegetables and fruit that we have in our farms, because the soil is barren. So it helps to regulate the blood, helps hair loss issues, inflammation and stuff like that. It can support all of that. Angel says, totally love when you're on live. You're such an inspiration and beautiful soul. Thank you so much, Angel. Angel says, banned versus debated. Great point as well. That's so true. Yeah, I love that. I love how you said that, banned versus debated. Yeah, like, why can't people just be debated instead of banned? Like, when do we really want everybody to just have the same mind frame, the same thought process? Like, is that a world we want to live in, where everybody thinks literally the same? That sounds very scary and totalitarian. It's very disturbing, but it's happening, and everybody was okay. They're like, oh, whatever. Andrew Tate didn't attack anybody. There's no accusations about him. They banned him based on his opinion on every platform. They just shut him down because of his cult following. They called it of people who felt the same way, who felt that masculinity is being demonized. And I agree, it is being demonized. You can love femininity and love women and still understand that masculinity is actively being shunned and attacked and suppressed, and demonized. So, yeah. Angel says the crane almost reminds me of here, Florida. Oh my gosh. That's why y'all have beautiful birds in Florida. Florida has gorgeous wildlife. Such beautiful wildlife. Why is it so loud? Anyway. Time to start walking back. I finished my juice. It's been beautiful. I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys as I walk back to the lake behind me. But yeah, it's just, I have a lot of opinions about the things that Candace Owens was saying and how people have, like, she really has the best interest for the community. And even if she doesn't have, even if you don't agree with what she's saying, like, she's asking for a discussion. She's not trying to force that belief structure upon you in any way. Look at the lake, you guys. But she's not trying to force the belief structure upon anyone. She's opening the table, opening the space up for discussion. You know, hope y'all saw that butterfly that's went by. So beautiful. But she's opening things up for discussion, and there shouldn't be an issue with that. Oh, look at these beautiful plants, you guys. Oh my God, live for these. It's beautiful purple. I'm gonna show you guys in a second. Oh, vibe. So yeah, I think that there's no better example that I've seen of a woman who has not done anything wrong, sharing her opinion, but demonized as a self-hating by her own people. That's the craziest part. It's not even like she's being attacked by white people, really. Like, it's really by our fellow black people, whatever fellow means. And I told my sister, I'm like, you know, what does fellow mean? It's somebody's, like, if it's how's it your people if they're against you? You know, like, I don't believe that your race puts you in a group with other people. Like, they may not be, if they don't support you, then how is that a group? How is that something that you should feel a kinship with? Because your experience as a black person in this world is, your experience as a black person in this world is similar to theirs because they're black too, or something like that. Like, what if they don't support you? Like, is that still a person that's kin? I mean, there's relationships in our families that are not supportive, that are not, like, becoming. So does that make them a kin to you? A kinship? Like, I just don't know. Like, and I just feel like nobody attacks Candace Owens more than the black community. And it's like, is it really a community then? Like, she's literally trying to lift us up in our concepts of what's really happening to us with real facts. It's not like how a lot of people on the left side, or liberals, or whatever people want to call themselves, how they're just, like, run basically fully off emotion. Candace will bring you actual facts, give you actual studies, ask real questions, engaging questions, and somehow that people get mad at the real facts, the real questions. Like, how dare you bring facts into this? How dare you, question my ignorance? How dare you enlighten my ignorance? I didn't ask to be educated. And that's the vibe people get. That's the vibe people really give her. Like, she doesn't do anything problematic. There's nothing she's really attacking anybody with. Let's see, when is the last time you ate meat? Says Cooper, I think. It was for some production I did not too long ago. But yeah, I don't know why that question has to do with anything. Angel says, there's a wetland close to my house that has over 178 species of birds. Wow, that's amazing. That is beautiful. Love that. Anger says, her own people, I agree. Our black people read and listen to things out of context. Yeah, they get easily misinformed. And I mean, I'm not saying that it's not maybe some white people at the top of it that are actively creating that type of misinformation and, the unrightful offense of certain things. Like, I'm not saying that there isn't a bigger plot at play, but if there is a bigger plot at play, which I do think there is, it's being acted out by the same community that we're supposed to be calling our kinship, or like our people we're supposed to have our back. Like, it's very sad to see to feel so lonely in that space. Like the second you want to talk about something outside of us being victims and, you know, just boo-hoo us, you know, we have to matter, we matter more. Like, it's just like, what is that talking about? What does mattering mean? I hate that so much. Like, we want to be loved, we want to be appreciated, we want to be celebrated. I don't get it. I don't get why we're accepting this mattering. So, I'm going to stand by Candace Owens. I'm going to stand by Kanye too, even though I don't agree with everything Kanye does, because like I said, there's a lot of things that, you know, but whatever, I don't have to agree. That's the whole point. I love that I don't agree with some of the things. That doesn't mean I have to not support him. And I find it very corny. Like, I used to really like Jaden Smith. I used to really enjoy him. I was like, oh, he's so hot. He'd be the perfect, like, husband or whatever. Like, he's like, so iconic. But then after what he said about Kanye and him leaving he left the fashion show after Kanye said, like, wore the, hold on. After Kanye wore the White Lives Matter shirt, he just made a big old stink about it and created a big old stink about it and said, like, oh, like, you know, I'm out of here, the vibe's not right, I'm leaving this, and Black Lives Matter, whatever. Like, he didn't really have anything evolutionary to say. It was very like a drone. It was like a computer drone. And I always thought Jaden was very progressive and, you know, evolving and just like a really cool person. But this made me just feel like, ew. Like, I was just kind of grossed out by Jaden Smith's reaction to this. Even if he didn't like the fact that the shirt said White Lives Matter, like the reaction he gave and leaving the event, and like he didn't even wait to hear about what the context was, like what the message really was. He immediately just went on the defensive or the offensive, I guess. I don't even know. And he's immediately discredited him. Just like took opportunity to attack a black man, creating something new, having an opinion that's different than most people may have in the same community, or most people are told to have within that community. And I'm not really a big fan of Jaden Smith anymore after that. I just feel like that was really just a really sucky, whack thing to do. It really showed the true colors of a lot of the public figures out there who came and attacked Kanye the second that picture came out. It's a picture. Like, nobody's negating. Like, was there any of these people who are attacking Kanye for this White Lives Matter shirt? Are they saying that white lives don't matter? Of course they wouldn't say that, because it's not true. White lives do matter. Like, same way every life matter. Like, it's not like they're attacking something that's a true statement, but they're so mad about it. It shows you that the propaganda of the corrupted, super corrupt Black Lives Matter movement, who's never helped any black lives, only created more chaos in black life, how it's worked, how the propaganda has worked over the years. So, I don't know, it feels super eye-opening to see which celebrities are drones. It felt like you just start finding out which ones of these public figures that you looked up to are actually just drones. People who are mindless and will go along with whatever the public tells them or society tells them is acceptable to think. And I heard, like, somebody came on yesterday and they made a point. They were like, well, Black Lives Matter has, like, evolved past the movement. I'm like, how's that possible? How can something evolve past a movement that's corrupted? Like, this has been a corrupted situation from the beginning, and it's just funding the DNC. Like, there's nothing about Black Lives Matter movement that's really helping black people. If it was, then we would feel differently about it. It wouldn't be, we would feel totally different. He probably would support it if it did, but it doesn't. It's not doing that. So, I don't know, I feel like it was very eye-opening, and I'm not a fan of a lot of people. The biggest problem I had was Gigi Hadid. Gigi Hadid coming out about the situation, I felt like it was so hypocritical. Like, so hypocritical of her to say anything as a white woman who has no idea about this subject that she's talking about. Um, it was just so bizarre to hear her take this opportunity to tear a black man down for no reason at all. So very disturbing. Anyways, I'm gonna jump off of here. Hopefully, we can talk about something else tomorrow. But this has still been on my mind because it's a very interesting topic. You know, leave it to Kanye to get the world talking about things that we need to talk about. You can like him, love him, hate him. I don't listen to his music anymore, but just because I'm not a big fan of the new music, but he's still a genius mind, and maybe in the future I'll be a fan of the music. I don't know. Right now, I'm like, it's not my thing. It still sounds great. The music sounds amazing. It's just more of like, it's not like production wise, it's great, but the messages, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I have to give it another try, because maybe I'm being biased towards it. Because I just don't like religion, and the music seems more religious toned. So I don't know, but all I know is that like this this is a discussion that I'm glad people are having. So rock on, Mercuryans. I'll see you all maybe for lunch or something, or I guess it's already lunchtime now. I'll come back on again today. But thank you guys for joining me. Have a beautiful day, and you better slay. Bye.